Every web developer has spent way too much time thinking about their portfolio. Some have made beautiful things, some have gotten frustrated and just made it a simple pile of text. I'm somewhere between the two, but I wanted to go through a lot of web dev portfolios and try to find the best ones. I asked Twitter to link me their favorite web dev portfolios, and after going through nearly 300 responses, I think that there's some really cool portfolios. So let's go through them. Maybe we can learn something about making our own portfolios a little bit better. Before we go any further, I'm going to start with my own because, of course, here it is. It's beautiful. Very boring. It's not really that beautiful. It's mostly just boring. I have a logo created by community member Zach that I really like. The background slowly fades in and out with that stripe. Just thought that'd be cool and make it a little bit less static. And it links to a bunch of stuff. Notably not my GitHub because I'm stupid. I need to add that GitHub link eventually. But we're not here to talk about me and my portfolio. We're here to talk about all the incredible things people linked underneath my tweet. I think it's important to start with the classic motherfucking website. It's beautiful. Although there are problems with this. You can see my picture in my video is covering the edge here. So it's not actually particularly readable, especially on like mobile, because there won't be enough padding and margin on the sides and such. But somebody actually linked to better motherfucking website, which is great. It takes minimal fucking effort to improve this shit. 7 fucking declarations to turn that pile into this easy to read masterpiece. It's so much nicer to read with a very, very small amount of CSS. I can even open it up. Body, margin 40, max, yada, yada, 822, H3. Like, that's all it takes to make the page significantly more readable, which is great. And I love that. We love us a minimal site. I used to actually have my site based on just a markdown file that listed like the specs of Theo, the things that I thought people would want. And I know a couple other people who are still using markdown as the source for their sites. That's a classic. We're not here for me. We're not here for memes. We're going to be here for memes a little bit. What we're here for is crazy portfolios. I thought this one was crazier. It's very nice. Yeah, thank you, Nick. Nice and simple. Vercel.lol is a classic. Who even made this? Oh, Hacksaw. Of course you did, Hack. The Triangle Company. Well, this one looks really cool. From GKO Berger? Gregory Coberger. Damn, that's beautiful. How do you get the other? Everything's super animated. This is super cool. How do you get those other views that were in this? Was that just like light mode, dark mode? Oh, there's a light mode, dark mode toggle that I'm covering with my face. That's the problem. That's cute. This is a really cute portfolio. It also like points to the important information, like who he is and what he does, while being relatively personal. This is a very good portfolio. Signature is a tiny bit weird, but I get he's like really going for the designer aesthetic, so that checks out for me. This is a cute site. Yeah, I have no issue with what I'm seeing here at all. Good stuff. Feels a little weird having the blog just dumped in on the bottom of it, but that's a small complaint for a really, really good portfolio. Obviously, the animation work there is going to be really difficult for anybody who's not already doing that. Look at that. Nexel linking Paco and Rano. And I'll pull up his portfolio as well, because Nexel's is beautiful. Yeah, Paco. This is very nice and minimal. Paco Cozy, crafting interfaces, building polished software and web experiences, experimenting with magical details and user interfaces. Webmaster at Linear. Plus, he developed the Vercel design system, website, and dashboard. He's also the guy who made the Command K library that everybody uses now. Does the site have Command K on it? It doesn't. Nice. It's weird having a hotkey on the page that doesn't actually work. I want to be very clear. This is not a video for submitting your own portfolios. This is people submitting the best portfolios they have seen. I'm not here to just like roast your portfolios. I'm here to talk about the nicest ones I've personally seen and that my community has found as well. Like Rano's, which is absolutely insane. Are all of these, is this like a draggable canvas? Can I like, oh, these are a bunch of the things he's made. This is beautiful. The 30 FPS I'm capturing at doesn't properly highlight how smooth everything here is running. This is beautiful. This is his history. The flickering, if flickering is coming through in the recording, that's just my capture card. It is very nice and smooth on here. Here's a bunch of pictures he's taken that are beautiful. I'm not sure how I feel about this bottom bar. It doesn't really give enough context for what these are. Or if you hover, it does. But even then, yeah, like what's the difference between craft and projects? Yeah. If he was looking for a job right now, I would say this is a terrible portfolio. But if he's looking to have a beautiful place that represents him and the way he does things, this is pretty damn beautiful. I'm sure he's proud, and he should be. I pulled up Nexel's Twitter because, first off, you should be following him if you're not. Like, what the hell? Come on. More importantly, because his site is really nice too. Definitely inspired by Paco's, but overall, very simple, minimal, beautiful, very clear why you're here, what you're getting. And his blog is not aggressively placed, but it does give me quick access to his recent posts. This is beautiful. The auto Norwegian translation appearing. This isn't a portfolio, but it's a stunning classic table hack website. Always good to see those. Normally, I don't want to go to the self plugs, but if it got that many likes, I want to check it out. Fancy. The contrast here is a little rough to read because it's like a bright colored background with that. I would have like had a fade or something to make this the contents of this box a little bit easier to read. I can't say it's not beautiful, especially the like moving around of the background as you scroll. It's very nice. I actually really like how this one makes space for the text when you do the scroll. I wish the others were a little better about that. This is a really good one overall. I would do a bit more to handle contrast, especially here. Like I can't read this. So maybe like put a gradient or something, like just a faded background to contrast these things a little bit better. That's the only change I'd make here though. Really good portfolio. Oh, Jesse's. This is a classic. There's a reason it has to cook. Because it's a full 3D environment. And again, remember, my capture's 30 FPS. This looks beautiful at 60, so check it out yourself. Go through the tweets, find this link. It's stunning. They also don't even take over your mouse cursor, which is dope. This is a little hard to read, but you can zoom in and out, which is nice. I think this one's built for bigger displays. I'm at 1280 by 720 for my capturing. Still looks great. Oh, this actually looks really nice. Management consultant by day and developer data scientist by night. Goal is to combine creative thinking and design with an analytical approach to solve problems at the intersection of business and technology. I aesthetically like how close this text is, but there being so little line break makes it really hard to read, especially for people with reading things like dyslexia. These words are all super close and it's hard to flow through. Love these word web things. Looks really good. Good shit. Almost all the basketball stuff going on in the background. Does articles just link to his blog? Yeah, it does. Good work, Jesse. That is really cool. And I like the idea of your portfolio being like a building instead of a more traditional like website. Like he built something and it's his portfolio, but the thing he built is very different from what people normally think of when they think of a portfolio. Bruno Simon's portfolio is also a crazy 3D thing. But it's a game that you play by controlling it with your keyboard. And again, this is much better on my 60 FPS screen. It's actually very surprisingly responsive. And you can even honk your horn and boost and play around in this world that just also happens to be his portfolio. Oh, his projects are over here. 3JS Journey. He made a course about 3JS. Really cool. Madbox. Game development company specializing in mobile games. Scout. Startup devoted to bringing people together through modern content. This is so cool. And also all the objects are like physics objects. So these I might not have a force to break those. But I can knock all this shit over. I've loved this idea of like a physically interactive environment. Something that like has objects you can run into and hit and experience their portfolio, not just as like a pile of text you're reading, but an actual like interactive experience you're having. And yes, this little pop-up is really cute. Hey, you seem to be enjoying it. Would you like to learn how to create things like this? Sure. And I'm assuming it's going to link to, 3JS Journey. This is the course he made on how to make really cool 3D interactive things like this. I haven't taken this course myself, but I've heard incredible things. And again, this is not something you need to get your first job. But if you already have a job in tech, you love this Web 3D stuff, and do you want to check it out? I've heard nothing but good stuff about this course in particular. It looks like the first 4 episodes are actually free too. So check it out if you haven't. What else do we have in here? Tija's site. Mine used to look a lot like this. It's also very out of date, I think. Ooh, this one looks really good. Making code and pixels dance in harmony. Nice and minimal. Fellow YC founder. He was part of 2 YC companies. That's really cool. Oh, losing points for the exposed color on the DOM. The fact that I can pull that white out when I scroll too far. Yeah, you got to set a better background color for the whole site. Minus points. SMH. Rest was good in sub. Fix it. Ooh, Grug Brain. It's not a portfolio, but I'm counting it. I don't have anything to say about Grug Brain other than you should read this if you haven't already. grugbrain.dev. It's a fantastic little essay about why you shouldn't make things unnecessarily complex. And it's, again, a beautiful, minimal, white background, black text site. Ooh. More fancy environment ones. I like the use of like broken old UI and the cursor following the spotlight to see details and things here. I'm RDB and I build quality UIs for fun. This is beautiful. And he actually set the background color properly, so that all looks really nice when you overscroll. Balloons. Love it. I love the old font too for all of these. Yeah, this is beautiful. I love that even the blog follows the old aesthetic. Usually better at running CSS backdrop filters than any other browser. It's not the case for Blur. Apparently Chrome sucks at rendering Blur, and he has a whole article about how bad it is at that. Ooh, this one's nice. Ali Developer 05, also a content creator, and this is a beautiful portfolio, so we will give him a follow. This is very much the current like design trend of the, I don't want to say linear like, but this like colored gradient text plus dark background with a gradient with a pattern underneath it, the gray text, the colored buttons with white buttons otherwise is like the Vercel site, a popular thing at the moment. And the Inter, of course, the Inter font for the title. Yeah, Resend does this too. A lot of sites are going in this direction. I do like this. I hate the text is going to scroll in every time I refresh the page though, especially because it's relatively slow. It's fine, just not my favorite thing. Ooh, those slid in real nice and quick. This is way too much text for a little blob here. A lot of these trailing words, I see this a lot with devs doing writing. They love to open a sentence with word, comma. Additionally, thankfully, occasionally. I've coached a lot of developers who are trying to get into writing and blogs to like try and work out the words here. With this one, try deleting half the words and see if you can still communicate what it communicates there. The rest of these are much nicer. Began creating animated content in January 2023 and within 1 month gained 10K followers. My content has been well received by many people and I'll continue to prove it every day. Yeah, now it's much better. Things like that are really powerful. What's this? This is beautiful. This is great. Every time the head hits, it changes the font. This is incredible. Can I continue this by scrolling? Yeah. God. I love this. Again, slight contrast issues, but that's just, it follows the cursor. Cool. I can just move the cursor out of the way and not have contrast issues. My work has been featured multiple times in various publications and award shows, including my mom's Facebook timeline. That's such a good little bit of copy. Oh, this is great. This might be my favorite portfolio so far. And it has all the real important context at the bottom with the awards he's gotten. But more importantly, the pixel art versions of the logos for all of the brands he's worked with. This isn't some bad, like, quick, like, downscaling of the logo. This is actual, like, pixel versions of these logos that were hand done some amount. That's nuts. Download resume so you actually get a normal PDF resume and then see stuff I did. This is so cool. Yeah, the PDF resume is worth looking at for sure. Let's do that. How can you make a PDF look? Still beautiful. Good shit. This is probably my favorite now. This is just its own thing. And I like that a lot. Like if I was hiring a designer, somebody who can work within their own fucking design system like this well, that's one of the most positive signals I can imagine. This is absolutely beautiful. And I hope Alex is proud. 'Cause God damn, that was a really cool one. Embed, I know I don't like showing the self plugs, but Embed's a legend. She's made a lot of the things that have made our best content. She actually made the tier list for the HTML element list. Of course, it's a fucking cat girl. It's actually really nice, simple, minimal, really good overall. And it states exactly what you do with links to a bunch of things that they might need. In terms of a simple profile, this is really, really good. It's so easy to have way too much copy. And even here, when it's describing things, it's one sentence. Cloud microservice provider that handles all the things you don't want to. Yeah. The OSU link is how you know they're 10x. Thought the ears were how you know, but yeah, the OSU link definitely helps there. What is this? Bubbles? Not familiar. Dope stuff. Keep killing it, Embed. Always good to see you. Ooh. I actually think I went to this website as a kid, back when skateboarding actually had like money involved. Yeah, I'm having like vivid memories of a lot of this. I feel like I, as a kid, actually went to some of these pages, almost certainly. Oh, yeah, the Metroid and the Star Fox ones I absolutely went to as a kid. In the Game Boy Micro site, oh shit, this is such a throwback. What the fuck? It made sound too. I don't feel like turning on the sound. It's going to be way too loud and annoying. Goddamn. Skeuomorphic designs were really cool, and it's nice seeing something really cool like this that's been preserved in the Web Design Museum. And if I keep looking through it, it's going to become my whole life. So I'm going to bookmark this for the future to look at old websites, because it's really cool. I remember splicing up Photoshop files to make your layout. Can't say I missed that. Yeah, relatable. Ooh, Antfu. Ant kills it. Oh, the animation on the background. That's so tasteful. And that loaded immediately, too. Anthony's a legend, and this is stunning. Really good minimal amount of copy, too. Actually, I normally don't like listing all the things you've built like this. I normally prefer it in like a vertical list. But the structure of this website is very nice and minimal, and it fits. Yeah, I love this. This is really good. And that animation, like the logo animation, the slow coming in of these branches and things. Anthony's a legendary dev. It's not too surprising. He's also a really good designer and has a beautiful portfolio. Ooh, what's this? This is a very specific type of site that I feel like I'm starting to see more of. I almost want to call it Pinterest-like, even though I know it's not. The friendly font and aesthetic, the really soft everything, the pastel backgrounds and colors, the like weirdly cut picture that's super like obtuse and round. It's a very specific thing. Very interesting. I see that we're kind of moving in the opposite direction right now with stuff like Kodak's and Mux's sites. Like these are super industrial and like brutalist almost. And I feel like this is the direction things are moving in right now. But it is cool seeing something so squishy that's like the alternative direction. Yeah, the neo-brutalism stuff is super cool, and I think it's going to be more the direction things go in. That was still really interesting. Okay, that's really cool. Does it say, tip, drag sideways to navigate? Ooh. Probably not accessible, but still very cool. That was a beautiful little animation, and then it broke immediately. Yeah, this is beautiful. Even if like navigating it's a little annoying, it's stunning. The animation's also, again, much smoother on my 120 hertz laptop than on the 30 hertz capture. Yeah, this is beautiful. I think this is really cool. I don't know how to find anything I'm looking for on it. And I hate that like little layout shifts cause things to move as much as they do, but it's still super fucking cool. It's reminding me of one portfolio I want to look at. Eric, who is very humble, is also absurdly talented and has made really cool stuff. His portfolio itself is relatively minimal, but he did who was he doing stuff with? Yeah, Gas.Zone, which is a music label. This fucking site is so cool. Like you can't see because my profile picture's in the way. I'm gonna hide it because I want you guys to see. The cigarette burns down as you scroll. What the fuck? It's so cool. I love this shit. Eric kills it. He's also one of those designers that's like doing something entirely different from everybody else, and I have mad respect for it. I know Brian's is a classic. It's like, it's docs, which is dope. I think this is really cool, especially if like a lot of what your job has been is around like documentation and things like this, like structuring your portfolio to be similar to the things that you're known for doing. It's a really cool idea. One thing I will say is the padding here is weird because it has these like sections there, but it means the left side has way too much space and the right has way too little. It feels a little claustrophobic in that way, especially with my video in the corner here. So that's like the one change I would make is I would account for this separately from the centering. Yeah, it's the only note I have. Looks really good. Apparently, this one got on Melky's stream as one of the best. Is this a web app that's meant to look like a computer? That's really cool if so. Oh no, the scrolling out of view. So close, but so far. And now I can't even close this because of that. Ugh, so close. Yeah, you've got to do a lot of weird like bounding box stuff when you're making UIs like this. Oh shit, Ronan, you're here. Good stuff. This is super cool. But yeah, layouts in the browser are hard, and you've probably never used this at 720p before. Sorry about that. You can keep recommending stuff, Agor. You're like the one person I trust to do this. I probably should have had you audit the list before I made the video. Oh, I like that you can press the numbers to go to the different sections. That's like a small thing, but it's really cool. Oh, this is a classic. I actually know this one. This is going to be hard to have my computer set up right now. Since my browser window is so small already, I think I'm going to have to command minus a bunch to see the whole thing. Yeah. It's hard to drag us. This is not very navigable with my current Mac setup, but it's still beautiful and super cool. Ooh, Brittany Chang. Okay. Yes, this one's kind of the like current standard, but it's doing a lot of little things different that I really like. I like the horizontal split of the page. I didn't notice the gradient following the cursor until now. That's beautiful. I really like the color palette. This still feels like a little bit too much text, but it's digestible. Contrast is great, very readable. And more importantly, this section at the bottom is cut off slightly, so I know it's scrollable. I don't feel like this is just the top. I feel like I can scroll, so I instinctively do. This stays sticky, but I can scroll through here and see the stuff that she's done. This is great. This is really good. All the little... Oh, that's actually really cool. It's like a little Doctor Who reference where you go back in time to her old versions of her site. And even these old versions look better than a lot of the stuff I've been looking at today, honestly. Like, no offense, but this is great for an OG, like, old school profile. I do miss this, like, the arrow, the nice background image, and just the core text style. But this is a much nicer portfolio. I understand why she's redone it. But this is incredible. This is one of the best, like, both at following the existing trends, but challenging, like, the edges of them to make something really special. I feel like this is a person who, given a design system or constraint, would kill it. Also, the Karak coming up when you hover that is really cute. Her V4 portfolio is the most copied portfolio. Yep. I've seen this so many times. Ignore the flicker. That's my capture still. Yeah, I've seen this exact portfolio so many times, and it seems like she's the one who invented it. That makes a lot of sense. It feels like she's really good at taking existing trends and like design techniques and refining and cleaning up the shit out of them. I'm very impressed with Brittany's stuff. This is really good. Localhost 5173 is hilarious. Ooh. Hiding bad shit, making good shit. And when you, that's a cute little thing. The scroll's a little bit hard to control. Selectively skilled. Oh, the whole site has the hidden thing. I'm a selectively skilled product designer with strong focus on producing high quality. A visual designer with skills that haven't been replaced by AI yet. Making good shit only if the paycheck is equally good. The honesty. I love it. 3D. I can produce anything that my 16-inch laptop can render. Visual. I searched the internet for visual references and combined them to create my own work. This is great. I love the honesty. I thought I'd make millions of dollars from YouTube, but I didn't. Relatable. After countless rounds of feedback, you finally did it right. I'm his wife. He made me say that. Good design is honest. Yep. Not all honest design is good. Oh, yeah, really good overall. Love it. Okay, this is really cool too, actually. This is Gabriel Bianchi. There's a little Web3 thing up there, but I do like making it all pages like this, although there's nothing in some of them. This is really cool overall. Powered by Next.js, a little prettier button in the corner and shit. It's really cute. Oh, I know Charm. Bash works for Charm. It's not a portfolio for like a developer, but they're trying to get developer attention. I really like how they do the cutesy, like soft and squishable look for sure. It's very pretty. They make CLI tools for Go devs, which is why it's so interesting that their design is so good, because they're making things for like the nerdiest of nerds, like Golang CLI devs. Oh, the terminal portfolio from Gyami. Hopefully I pronounced that right. I've seen this one before. It's really cool. I love that like everything's done through specific commands. It even has tab autocomplete. What was the command for listing all the commands? Yeah, it was help. Does that mean it stops working at some point? Yeah. Apparently it says I'm in themes. That's weird. When I just type themes, I should have to do CD themes, which also works. Weird though. Super dope though. Cool stuff. Oh, Xenos is a legend. So Xenos, the founder of Resend, he also created React Email. And his whole portfolio is apparently accessed through Command K. Very minimal, very nice. He certainly loves his gradient text over the black background. Apparently he got started back in the day with Flash, which is super cool. I also know he used to be at WorkOS. There's so many incredible people that came from WorkOS. And he also loves dark mode. Super dope. Oh, here's 3. I haven't seen any of them. Meet your next creative director. I like the boldness of this statement. It makes it very clear like who the site's for and like what value you might be here for. Pixel perfectionist with animation skills to boot. I love making things interactive and accessible too. This is like a better version of like the Apple product sites. Still managed to make free time. I'm up for new adventures. I'd like to work with you. Oh, fuck. Of course he's at Apple. Of course he's at Apple. I hope he makes their I hope he makes the Apple product pages a little more performant, because his was much nicer than those are. I see why they hired him. They need the help. That was beautiful though. Oh, this is really cool. This is one of my favorite throwback ones because it feels like an old site and it's clearly inspired by all the old NeoCities sites, but has its own like retro aesthetic with it while being very digestible. It's a Dim Den is the one making it, and it's really cool. Fantastic. Oh, and he's from the Ukraine. Good shit. This is super cool. This is one of like the best retro ones where I feel like this will age really well. Is that a separate mouse cursor? Are there mouse cursors moving around the site? Is other people on it? Hey, if one of you is here with me right now, mouse around the title a bunch so I know it's you guys watching. Yep. Cool. That's really cool. Apparently everybody's in a shared instance of his site. Scroll down, there's a chat. Hi. Hilarious. I'm closing this before I get in trouble because I can't moderate that. That was dope though. Ooh, one more really cool one. Wired sound for wired people. Ooh, Fox. Foe, I believe. Where do I know this guy from? This is a poem. Go visible. What is this? I have no idea what's going on right now. I think this is a good one to end on, actually. Yeah, this is Dan Abramov's homepage. Because once again, even if you're one of the best developers in the web world, the quality of your portfolio isn't that important. And as cool as a lot of these are, in the end, it's just a website so people can know who you are. And it doesn't even matter if you have a dangling little single parenthesis at the end of your page if you've already established that you know what you're doing. And I think that's all I have. This was a fantastic experience going through all of these chaotic portfolios. I am so impressed with what people have created on the web. I enjoyed this a lot. I didn't know what I was expecting going in, but it certainly wasn't this wide of a variety of crazy things. I was kind of expecting everybody to just copy linear, but no, not at all. This was dope. So thank you to everybody who submitted. If you want to see me going through similar utter chaos, Pin a video in the corner here of me going through every single HTML element and ranking them for some reason. If you've already seen that video, you're not interested, YouTube will put one below it that you might like instead. Thank you guys as always. Really appreciate you all. Peace, nerds.